Hello, I'm FryeNChill, and today we're going to be playing Path of Exile. This game's really fun, and there's a lot to it. I could try to do a whole new character for this game, but right now we're just going to be jumping into an existing save I have already. That way, I can just play because I don't really have time to grind for a character, an extra character. And besides, I'd already have access to all this, because in between characters, all this stuff carries over. So it'd be kind of cheating. So instead, excuse me. Just had to turn down the phone volume. I'm using my phone to screen record footage from my Xbox, which I'm streaming through an app called Mixer. It's a really useful tool. I should start actually recording more often, but oh no, I just haven't felt like it. Anyways, first I'm going to upgrade that. Alright, now that that's upgraded, store that. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into the gameplay here. So this is the Delve mine, the Azurite mine, and it's basically a huge auto-generated, it's a huge procedurally generated dungeon that gets harder the deeper you go. So the lower it is, the higher the monster level is. For example, this is 34 with a monster level of 36. This is at 32 with a monster level of 34. And right here where I'm at is depth 30 with a monster level of 32. By the way, my character is level 37, as you can see in the top left. And his name is John Joestar. You're a real one if you... Never mind. Anyways, I'm just gonna do this. I'm going to go ahead and go to that Azurite cavity. So, this is the main part of the gameplay. This is actually kind of like a limited time event thing. But anyways. So, what you do is you have to follow this thing around. Stay in the light. If you go into the darkness, you're going to take damage, so you have to stay inside the light of as you can see, my attacks basically just spinning a cyclone attack, where I just spin around and hit everything around me. And basically this entire build which I got going off of this character is supposed to be designed around that ability. Not completely, it takes a long time to get it done. There's a lot to it. A lot. And I mean a lot. We got... Maybe I will do a character just for... But I'd rather just get a couple videos out of the plays I'm doing currently. Although I'll probably just do gameplay of Delve. The limited time stuff. And I probably won't go over the story too much. Just so you guys just get gameplay enough. Alright. So, once the thing reaches its destination, you're usually going to have some kind of thing you have to trigger, or there will just be a ton of enemies that spawn in from the place. This is a Azurite cavity, so you have to interact with this pure living Azurite, which is like a living orb. You're going to have some enemies come at you from the ore, which are made of Azurite. You got the Azure Apes, which I'm going on right now. So you're going to have a lot of these small fries at first. Eventually these guys come up, the living Azurite. And you gotta kill all those guys to actually finish the encounter. So after you kill all these guys, then from the center you get all that, and as you can see there's tons of Azurite all over the place, which is a resource used just for delve. And then you have all these items which you can use for pretty much anything. Why does that have a box around it? I haven't seen that before. Weird. Alright, so then you got all this loot. Anything with this tannish color is a currency, which currency usually is used for upgrading different items. Alright, so got all of that done. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to the next instance, which I can't afford. You need sulfite from above ground to be able to do that, to be able to do these. And some trips cost more than others. So I'm just going to do this trip that I can afford, and I'll just do that. Alright, so if I move there, it's going to start it, which I'm going to do. I also have one of my other abilities is that Y ability, which is Frost, which essentially, as you can see, my mana is like locked, but it gives me more damage. It gives me cold damage. It adds cold damage to all my attacks. But of course, then I have lower mana reserve while it's active. Pick that up. Oh, get that real quick. And also another thing, if you run ahead of the it will actually speed it up. So you can actually get through these pretty quickly if you have like these bonuses or something like that. Alright, so here I haven't done this before actually. So I'm just going to do that. So setting that up playing activates the running wells. Oh, and there's some, you might have noticed that some of the enemies have yellow or blue names. And that basically, a blue enemy is a magic enemy, and a yellow enemy is a rare enemy. Rare is greater or more dangerous than magic, and magic is better than normal. But of course, they also they have higher chances of giving better loot, and also give more XP. I'm pretty sure. But of course, they're more difficult to deal with. I'm gonna deactivate that. So basically what I like to do when I'm looting is I get all the currency, and then I get all the any flasks. Because flasks can actually be upgraded by using multiple flasks and combining them to make better flasks. Let's see, is there any like better iron scale? I'm at level. Wait, what level am I at? Yeah, I'm at monster level 30. So there should be the. Pretty sure the next rarity of boots. What I'm looking for is a kind of armor. Right, my class that I use is a mix between strength, which is basically something that deals with just outright power, you know, a lot of health, a lot of physical damage, and it's a mix between that and dexterity, which deals with evasion and hitting before the enemy sees you and attacking quickly. So it's a mix between those two, so it's essentially, which is basically what this class is, which is the base class is the Duelist, which is a mix between the Marauder and the Ranger. Which is pretty nice. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go back to the base. So this guy, you can sell. I can sell my items at this guy. Hold on, let me actually identify this jewel. All right.
Welcome.
Let's see here. I'm not gonna sell those yet. I need to sell those right times. Just sell that, that. So I'm gonna accept that trade. Currency, where did I put? Here we go. I just realized that. I should move that up so I have room for all the different jewels. I'm gonna put all those up. I can organize that later. Obviously off screen. I don't want to bore you guys with inventory management. But of course it has to be done so I actually have room for all my stuff. Alright, now I'm gonna head out back to what I was in the middle of before I came back down to the mine, because this mine is like a side thing to the actual story mode and whatnot. And so to actually be able to do the mine stuff, you need to find a material that's spawned in randomly, which is this kind of yellowish stuff on the ground, which I'll probably find one before long. Let's see here. Got some items. I was kind of in the middle of this one, so I've completed it mostly. In fact, you know what? To avoid the story, I actually was gonna do this side area here, which is randomly spawned in. So this is a Val. These red door things, it's called a Val side area. This one, they each have different, it's a side area that can be randomly spawned in on a map, and you never really know when it's gonna, what maps it can be on. So this one has the monsters reflect elemental damage, which is not the best for me since I do use elemental damage. I got fire on my main attack. And then, but there are more items you can find here. The drop rates for items are higher. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in here. So this is a cellar, which is a layout of these kind of like square tiles divided by doors, and just kind of repeats for a bit. So I saw a rare enemy up there. I'm not really worried too much about the reflection though. Damage being reflected, because I have a ton of elemental resistance. Like, I completely ignore 75% of all elemental damage. Or almost, actually. It's only for lightning. I just forgot that I recently made a change in my items that makes it to where by fire and cold, it's only just about half damage, but it's still, ignoring half of elemental damage is really good. So these cellars always have this boss, Temptress, although it has different mods on it. Sometimes it has it might have cold or lightning or fire or something like that. So it's definitely randomized still. Let's see what this has. Our queen has demanded we took into the gems for our salvation. We see ourselves reflected in those faucets, twisted beyond recognition. I'm not gonna let the audio play itself because screw that. We don't have time. So these blue things, these are gems, and gems are what actually give you your abilities. So I don't actually, these abilities that I have, I didn't actually get them from perks, from the skill tree. I actually get them from these gems that are slotted into my items. And this is the main ability that I use, Cyclone, and these all are support gems that improve. These all improve its abilities because they're linked to it. Let's get the ring. And there's one area up there. There might be some enemies up there. Might. Oh yeah, there are some guys. I'll just go ahead and head out this way. So yeah, that was a nice little bit of loot. Get a couple gems from it. Get Val gems. Val gems, I'm not completely sure yet how they work and what the difference is between their regular counterparts, but there's a Val counterpart of most spells. Right, so oh yeah, there's some of that stuff. So here, whenever you find this, you just go ahead and click A from it. And this guy comes up from the ground. You know, the guy that was down in the mine with us earlier. And he comes up to mine this stuff. And then it adds, that material, it adds, fuel to your, mine generator. And it allows you to do more trips down the mine. Which is good. And and here we have I forget, divination card. And basically, whenever you find these, if you get a certain amount of each one, of a certain one, then you get a bonus. Like this one, if you get a stack of 3, you can get plus 20 quality to a gem, or something like that. You basically get it in some way, I don't know how, but you get a 20 quality gem, which is the highest quality a gem can be. Basically, how quality works is it's like a +% to all the stats or something like that. Of the main stats, I'm pretty sure. So for armor, it increases the defense stat, which at whatever defense stat it has on the armor. For a weapon, it increases the damage. And maybe the attack speed. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it only increases damage for quality of weapons. And for what was it? I need to go there for the side mission, which I'll go ahead and do. Side mission, it's best not to spoil the main story, but side missions should be fine. I'll probably do a full playthrough of this after a while. A while could be any amount of time. Oh, there's another one of these deposits here. There's usually only one in each area.
This will do nicely, Exile.
Alright, so we got this guy here. Oh, he's still alive? I swear I killed him. Oh well, he's dead now. Why'd he run past me? Oh wait, they use charge. Nothing else, I just love this game for being able to get through the loop. But there's so much more to it. And I've got a level, so this gives me an opportunity. I've been waiting for this. I was hoping to get a level soon. So prepare yourselves for this. First, whenever you level up, if you haven't, gyms have certain requirements for higher levels of them. So some of my gyms just leveled up, which improves the gym's abilities or the improvements they give to other gyms. So anyways, prepare yourself. So this is the skill tree, right? Now, before I actually go and get a skill, let me show you this. This is the skill tree, the full skill tree. Every single circle takes a skill point, and you get one per level. And you only get about 100 levels. And you get a few extra skill points throughout the story. So yeah, there's a lot to this game. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this extra strength. It's not much, but I need to get to this so I can get some extra sword damage, some extra damage with swords, which will be really nice. So now, I can go over here. Man, these guys taking a bit of work. There we go. He's dead. Oh, shoot. Let me try to get this. It won't let me. I need to use these. And come on. Ah, there we go. Yeah, those guys drop some decent loot. But you gotta chase them down. It can be difficult if you don't have like a quicksilver flask or something, which is in the bottom left, the fourth one from the left. That's a quicksilver flask. You can see I used it all up. As I kill people, it'll fill up though. Alrighty. I think I've completed this area. Oh, I haven't activated this waypoint yet. Alright, I think I've completed everything here. Well, I didn't really do much, but it's been what, 20-something minutes? Should I? You know, I'm kind of showcasing this off. Why not do a long video? Why not? It's not like I have to keep this up or anything. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and I'll do this one area before I finish. I gotta do this side mission anyways. Got some, as you can see, the enemies, some of them have some Lovecraftian appearances and designs. In fact, it's very Lovecraftian. A lot of dark, gory looking bug type stuff. It really went with like a medieval gothic type vibe. I don't really know how to describe it. All I really know how to describe it is, it's something like you might find. The vibe of the game is a lot like something you might find out of in Diablo or I was thinking of Dark Souls. In fact, it's a lot like the theme of Dark Souls. But you know, in this game, instead of rolling around and dodging everything, my guy just spins around. Just spins around, spins to win. I got another ability. I've stopped using it for a while, but I used to use it all the time. This RTA, it is a war cry that allows me to, for every enemy that's around, I gain like 20 something extra damage and a 10% extra damage. It's really good for, if you just get surrounded, just activate that and you have a huge amount of damage. So if a boss is surrounded by a ton of guys, then it actually kind of helps. I mean, as long as they're small fries, they actually have decent damage, then you're kind of SOL. So, power. These last two areas have had quite a few deposits of this stuff.
Good find, Exile.
See, we got some reanimated statues in this. What can only be described as nightmare incarnate. Monster. Yeah, this game, a lot to it. Takes a long time. I'm on like the 3rd act out of 10 of the story, and supposedly, from what I hear, the story mode is kind of more like a tutorial to what the rest of the game has to offer. And also, from what I've heard, you pretty much end up playing the story multiple times over. That's only if you play the. That's only really if you play the League again. which is a very long conversation as to what leagues are. But they're basically limited time events, like the one I'm doing right now, which the limited time event is the Delve League. And that basically adds in that whole mine. And each league, to do the league, you can't use any of the previous characters. You have to create new characters, and you can't use any of the items from your previous, from your whatchamacallit, can't use any items from the other league's stash. So all those items that I showed in that chest I had, I wouldn't be if I had that in a standard league and then I started a new league, then I wouldn't be able to use those items. In every like 3 months or something like that, they come out with a new league. So basically every 3 months you get the opportunity to start in like an entirely new economy of the game. Like everyone day one has nothing, which is actually really interesting. So here we have a strong box, and what I've just done is it was unidentified, and I can use a scroll of wisdom to identify it. It doesn't really tell you in the game that you can do that, but these scrolls of wisdom, it's actually meant to identify magic items, to identify what their enchantments are. But you can use it on these, and if it's a non-rare or a non-magic strong box, you can actually use these, which turns it into a magic item. Like for example, well, I don't have any non-magic items on me right now. No, wait, no. I don't want to waste it, but if I took one of these things and put it on here, then it would make it into a magic item, which would have like a blue highlight. In fact, I'm pretty sure this blue highlight is what a magic item looks like. This is a rare item, which are better, but it's more expensive to make them. You need an Orb of Alchemy, which are very rare. But anyways, now I can press A on this, so it'll freeze me and it'll cast Ice Nova when I activate it, and it's guarded by a pack of magic monsters, but it also contains extra items. But I don't have to worry about being frozen, because my sword actually gives me immunity to being frozen. Nice. And look at all this. So let's see, Orb of Regret. Oh, that's really good. I can just straight up use that. And now I have respec points. So if there's anything on that very vast skill point tree that I accidentally take, or I realize that I don't need later on, I can just straight up take you can just remove it by pressing Y on it. Of course, I'm not gonna do that. I need all of these. I've made very certain that all of these are very minimum. Although, this could be very useful. 4% extra. What's this? That's 4% extra, but it has even more to it, so there's no point in taking that over there. Let's see here. Porcupine of Death. I didn't actually read their name. Porcupine of Death. Goodness. Quite the name. Although, looking at it, fits it visually. I did pick up everything from that strongbox, right? Yeah. I just want to make sure, cause... Oh, wait. I didn't get that Scroll of Wisdom. Ugh. Oh. Those guys.
bent.
Where? On our hands. Oh, gotta get that clone. That's what I came here for. Of course, I'm still gonna explore the rest of the area because I'm meticulous like that. I like to take in all of my surroundings and find every single enemy I can so I can level up as much as I can. Also, you never know, there might be strong box somewhere or a Val side area. Anything, any number of things. Wrong pomegranate.
A leader cannot simply stride forward into the future and expect his people to be able to follow. A leader must look over his shoulder so that he can witness and understand the consequences of the path he has chosen, to ensure that his people are still with him, to ensure that he has not become lost.
Oh shoot. It's a trial of ascendancy. Well, I'll go ahead and do this.
An emperor must know precisely where he stands.
I get it. You need to know precisely where you stand so that you avoid these poison darts. Yeah, that was an easy one. So I only need to... Wait, how many more do I need to do? What, just one more, I think? I didn't actually pay attention. Yeah. Mic just cut out a bit there. Oh. But it's good now. So I don't really have anything that comes to mind to talk about. I have an urge to just get into focus on playing the game, you know? And here we got another back to an area to the library. Which I might have to go somewhere for a mission eventually. But not right now. I don't have to go there now. Oh, more enemies. You know, one of the things that made me like this game at first, made me want to play it reminds me of a game that I used to play it on. It was a Marvel game, based off the Marvel. Oh yeah, Ultimate Alliance. It was another ARPG that I used to play. It was a multiplayer one actually. I had a lot of fun playing it. Certainly one of my, alright, so, alright, wanna change that, I'm fine with that. It's my turn, alright. I got a lot of lightning. who got higher
I
level
believe in
with
traveling
hatred.
light.
So I can't pick up those rares. So I'm just gonna go ahead and head back to town with this portal. Basically, how the portals work is you can just open them at any time with a portal scroll. And then once you do that, you go to the town of whatever act you're in. Act 3's is the Sarn encampment. So after the game loads, the game decides to load. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this guy. I'm gonna go to sell items. Basically everything that I don't use, I just press X on it and sell it. I don't. That. Store that. I do that. And I put up all the stuff I want to put up. Which is basically just stuff that I can't really use. There's no reason to use out in the field. Just certain stuff like anything that re-rolls stats. So I don't really have a need to do that out in the field. Except for this, because it can be used on, whatchamacallit, the strong boxes. To re-roll magic strong boxes. This is really good. Let's see here. Oh. Gonna want to do that. Oh, chaos infusing. No Val would have been really good if it was a chaos. And just right there. This here. I'm gonna put this here. I got somewhat of a system for keeping my gems stored. And before I go,
Let me
I'm
tell
gonna
your
get a
future.
prophecy. So you can take one of these silver coins and go to this chick, and she's in every town.
Let me tell your future.
You go to seek prophecy. She gives you a prophecy, which is basically something that will happen. And it can be like a many number of things. Like this one, I will track down a bearded devil who will drop a unique item when slain. Which, I've had that forever. I haven't been able to find that devil. He's supposed to be in like some area from Act 1. I've gone to it multiple times, but he's never spawned. This one, next time I use a blacksmith whetstone, it will add a lot of quality to it. Using only one, because usually it only adds 1% per blacksmith's whetstone in quality, but that will add more than that. This, I'll go to the Fell Shrine Ruins, and there will be specters, and I'll kill them, and yada yada. This next one I got is I will slay an undying alchemist, and it'll drop an orb of alchemy, which is really good, because orbs of alchemy are pretty good.
A fool tries to turn lead to gold.
Yeah, whenever you
but
accept
a deft
it,
hand takes it by force.
you get that nice voiceover. Alright, now I can go back through this portal. Whenever you use a portal, it'll keep the portal open, and you can just go right back to where you were without it being changed or anything. So, it'll save all the progress. Unless you... It closes, though, after like 8 minutes or something like that. So you can't spend too much time in the town. Like, you gotta make sure the inventory manages as quick as possible. You just gotta sell your stuff, stash your currency, and be done with it. Got that waypoint. Waypoints, what you do with these is if you go on top of these, you can travel to any of these items, these places that have a blue, in the middle of them. So I could go here, 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 or here. Or here. And then those are the places that I can go after this. After this area is done with. Just looking to get rid of the last few places that are understood. This might be the last few communities. Might. Hold on, something tells me I haven't. Oh! He didn't really give me anything good. I mean, there's this thing with a lot of evasion rating. My guy's a mix between evasion and... Maybe I should take that? We can probably find something better than that. Alright, I think I'm done with this area. Yeah, I'm just gonna, end it here. I've done all that I want, and, you know, this has gone on for quite a while. A bit longer than it needed to. I'll probably eventually do, like, a full playthrough of this game. Hopefully before Delve League ends, so I can show that off, because I actually really like that. But, if I do that, I will focus on the story a lot more. But I've already done pretty much all the story, so this is probably all the gameplay you'll see from this one. I just kind of wanted to show the game off because I like it so much. And I have to feel like I'm doing something productive because I've done nothing but play this game for the last few days. Day and night. I'm staying up a little bit so late. Anyways, I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I doubt anyone's made it this far, even the other people that run this account, but anyone else, anyone who has gotten through, thank you. And I'm just gonna end it here, so bye.